Hello, everyone. Welcome back to our channel. We're here once more with some scorching hot gossip from the Sussex camp. Word on the street is that the complainy one, Meghan, was all geared up to write her own pity party autobiography. However, Prince Harry apparently swiftly put the brakes on that idea. Likely because he's well aware of his spouse's inclination for exaggerated tales of hardship. I understand that some of you might feel let down about missing Meghan's undoubtedly captivating stories of palace woes. But let's face it, that book would have merely served as a pretext to publicly criticize Harry's family once more. We're all aware that Meghan thrives on portraying herself as a victim, and she revels in creating turmoil. Honestly, I believe Harry made the correct decision by vetoing Meghan's memoir aspirations. Their family has endured more than enough turmoil recently. The last thing the royals require is Meghan's vindictive settling of scores plastered across the headlines again. Can't you just envision her lamenting about feeling restricted and unsupported? How many of those expectations did anyone actually meet? Honestly, it would have just become a stage for her self-absorption. Don't get me wrong, I'm sure joining the royal family was far from a walk in the park for Meghan. She appeared to be quite unprepared for that environment. Accustomed to fame on her own terms, she likely bristled at all the regulations and scrutiny. The strict formalities clearly didn't align with Meghan's lifestyle. I could envision her finding certain traditions rather nonsensical. However, instead of making an effort to adapt, she opted to portray herself as a victim. She blamed the royal family for everything, absolving herself of any responsibility. She couldn't possibly admit that she didn't put in the effort necessary to adjust to her new role. It was more convenient for her to point fingers at the formidable British monarchy for stifling her vibrant personality. Honestly, many ordinary people would gladly trade places with her, rules and all. Frankly, her victim mentality has grown tiresome. She presents herself as an empowered feminist, yet she constantly laments being silenced. Girl, you've done your fair share of interviews by now. Perhaps Meghan's reluctance to accept any personal accountability is the real issue here. It's always someone else's fault in her eyes. And let's not even dive into her rivalry with Kate. It's painfully obvious that she's envious of the praise Kate receives for gracefully handling her royal responsibilities. Meghan anticipated the public to instantly shower her with adoration, without putting in the effort to earn that admiration naturally. On the other hand, Kate has invested years in building a connection with the British public. But instead of taking a page from her book, Meghan is consumed by jealousy when people draw comparisons. Real sisterhood solidarity right there, Meghan. I believe the crux of the matter for Meghan is that royal prestige isn't handed to you on a silver platter. You can't just waltz in expecting worldwide adoration for your every mundane utterance. The public wants to see you invest time in building relationships and making sacrifices for your role, not chasing fame for the sake of it. But Meghan's ego couldn't be satisfied with just flattering articles in the media. When the adoration didn't come pouring in right away, she grew resentful. Instead of reflecting on her own mistakes, it was simpler for her to adopt a victim mentality and lash out. However, further airing of their grievances will only harm the Sussex brand. Harry clearly recognized this and put a halt to her plans. Because Meghan seems unable to resist stirring up controversy. And given the lukewarm response to Harry's book, it's evident that the public is growing weary of their self-pitying routine. They may claim to provide Harry's unfiltered account, but let's be honest, it was mostly recycled online gossip and family drama. There wasn't much substance to it. Now, Meghan wants her chance to profit from and seek attention through dredging up petty grievances. I'll have to pass on that. At a certain point, one must move forward with their life, but Meghan appears fixated on rehashing old conflicts. If Harry is genuinely committed to healing family wounds, he made the right decision by stopping Meghan's memoir. It would only stir up more resentment on all sides. And for what? A quick influx of money and headlines? It's not worth it. Meghan and Harry profess a desire for peaceful, independent lives, yet they turn around and engage in tell-all interviews and lucrative media deals. They can't have it both ways. If they genuinely want privacy, then they should refrain from publicizing every aspect of their personal lives for financial gain. Their hypocrisy would be comical if it weren't so painfully repetitive. Initially, I sympathized with their desire to escape the pressures of royal life. However, their subsequent actions have been nothing more than empty attention-seeking endeavors. They seem desperate to maintain public interest, even as they contribute little of substance. It's all show, no substance. At this point, it appears that Harry is starting to recognize that their credibility is wearing thin. Without tangible accomplishments to their name, they rely too heavily on royal gossip to remain relevant. But the shock value of their revelations won't last indefinitely. Eventually, they will need to demonstrate genuine merit, and airing more of their dirty laundry won't help with that. Honestly, I believe Harry made the right decision in putting an end to Meghan's memoir plans. Their reputation can only withstand so much self-centered mudslinging. They should channel their resources and privilege into productive endeavors rather than dwelling on old grievances. Without the royal connection to prop them up, are they truly offering anything substantial to the world? They risk becoming just another pair of wealthy, disconnected celebrities craving attention. True, lasting impact requires more than just PR hype. It's time for the Sussexes to demonstrate tangible actions that align with their lofty words. Otherwise, their star power is likely to fade. That's my perspective on the latest Sussex drama. I'm interested in hearing your thoughts as well. Do you think Harry should have allowed Meghan to publish her vindictive tell-all, or was he right to stop it for the sake of their brand? Feel free to share your perspectives. Stay tuned for more scintillating royal gossip in the future. Cheerio.